In this video, I'll show you how you can create groups in your eCollege course. After creating student groups, we'll create threaded discussion boards that are restricted by student group. So a student can only see the discussion board to which their group is assigned. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you're in author mode in your eCollege course. Then you can navigate to the course admin button in the top menu. Here you'll see a button called Group Management. When you click on Group Management, there will be no groups in your site. You can click Add Group at this time. Here, you'll see all of your students in your course listed along the left-hand box. First, you'll want to put in your group name. You should select any students from the left and click the arrow to move them to the right if you want them to be in that group. When you're finished adding students to the group, click Add Group or save and add another group. I'm going to add another group. Notice that students can be in more than one group. The student that I've added to the first group is still available from this list. So it might be a good idea to keep track elsewhere of which students you've added to which group. I'm going to add these two students to group 2 and click Add Group. So here you now see my two groups and the students that are listed here. Notice that I've given my groups Group 1 and Group 2 names, but eCollege has assigned them as Group B and Group C. This will be important and come into play when you create the actual discussions for your students. Now that I've created my groups, I can create the threaded discussions I want the groups to participate in. I can navigate to Course Home, and from there I'm going to create course items and click on Add Items. I'm going to put in the name of my discussion. Choose Threaded Discussion from the item type, and then select where I want it to appear in my course. You'll notice that since you've created groups, you now have an option to assign to and a drop-down menu. I want to assign this Chapter 1 discussion to Group 1. Notice that I didn't put the group name in the discussion name. That's because eCollege is going to do this for me. Check off whether or not you want to add to Gradebook, and then click Add Items or Save and Add More Items. Since I'm going to add another discussion thread, I'm going to click Save and Add More Items. You'll notice here, my Chapter 1 discussion has appeared in the left. It has a B next to it because that's the group name that eCollege had assigned my group, even though I called it Group 1. So it's important to keep track of what you've named each group and what eCollege refers to your group as. Again, you can see that by clicking on Course Admin, Group Management, and in gray above each group is your group name as well as the eCollege reference of the group name. Back to adding discussion items. I'm going to create another Chapter 1 discussion. And I'm going through the same process I did with my first one, except I'm going to assign this to Group 2 instead of Group 1. You should choose whether or not you want to add it to Gradebook and then click Add Items. At this point, you can see two different Chapter 1 discussions listed in my course menu. However, the students can only see the discussion that they've been assigned to. So students in Group B can only see the Group B discussion, and students in Group C can only see the Group C discussion. At this point, you'll want to click into the discussion and actually add your topics and edit the discussion. But the basic discussion structure has been set and your groups are ready to go.